Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So I want to show you guys something, and that thing is that I got new wheels for the car. No, I'm kidding. It's just winter tires, but it's still new wheels in a way, I guess. So the summer setup is gonna have to wait. But right now, I just wanted to talk about winter wheels because, man, let me tell you, finding winter wheels for these Q50 and Q60s with the big brake kits, like the Akibonos up front and in the back, you can see how much clearance there is left with like the OEM wheels. Now imagine finding like aftermarket wheels that fit on those snow tires for that. So when I was doing my research, I could not find one video going over winter tires for those cars, the Q50, Q60, and cars with the big brake kits. So this is the reason why I'm making this video today. So what we're gonna be going over is some specs of the car, winter tires, what size, brand is up to you, like it's whatever you can afford and whichever is like decent quality. And we're definitely going to be going over winter rims, like the sizes, because man, let me tell you, if you didn't have this video, man, let me tell you, you are gonna spend so much time like looking for these wheels. But yeah, so let's start up with some information on the car. So Nissans, pretty much all Nissans, they have a bolt pattern of 5 by 114.3. So what that is where your lug nuts go into. This is the specification for the bolt pattern. So for our car, it's 5 by 114.3. And next up, what you need to know about these cars is the center board diameter. So for this car, it's 66.1. So the reason it's important is because if we look at the back of this wheel right here, okay, so if you look at the back of this wheel right here, you can see this thing, right? So this is where the wheel rests onto the hub of the car. And if you're buying aftermarket wheels, chances are that the manufacturers made these holes bigger. In my case, this is a 72.6 millimeter. So if I just put it on there without getting a sort of adapter, which I will go into later, then the wheel weight would be resting on the studs, which is not good since the studs are just made to attach the wheel to the hub. And that's it. So first up, let's start up with what type of rims and what sizes you can run on these cars for winter, and what I've been seeing from my research that is used a lot for winter. So let's head to the computer and then I'll show you guys everything, and we'll come back here for some tire specs.
Okay, so let's go over some rims that are going to fit the Q50s and the Q60s with the big brake kits, the Akibonos more specifically. So I'm just going to go over the ones that I got, and when I was first looking into it, I saw the ad online, so I had to make sure that these rims were going to fit. So I called up this place to ask them about the specs and whatnot, and basically they said that they don't even sell it anymore. So that's why I was saying it might be kind of hard for you guys to find this exact model, but yeah, I called them and they said they don't sell that anymore. So anyways, so let's look at the specs. So first of all, you want to make sure that it's at least 18 inches to clear the big brake kits. The bolt pattern 5 by 114.3, and for this one, the wheel that I have, the offset is 42 millimeters. And basically for the offset, so for offsets, this image kind of explains it better. So like you can see this is positive offset. I'm not sure if this is 100% the correct way to explain this, but 0 is when the face is just flat against the center of the rim, and positive is just when you get pushed out. So we want positive because we want there to be space between the brakes and the actual rim. So that's why you're going to see that those examples I'm going to show you today, they're mostly around 40 millimeter offset at least. So if you can find something that's even larger than that, then it will probably fit. But then at that point, you're also going to be running like wide tires. So this is why you need to find the right balance. So moving on, the next thing that you do want to take care of is the bore diameter. So for our cars, it's 66.1, like I said. But like I said, also aftermarket wheels, they usually make it bigger. So you can just use an adapter and make it fit to your car. So that's the first one. Not the most common, but that's the one I got. So that's why I wanted to go over this one first. So moving on to the next one, which is actually the most popular one that I've seen, is this one. So it's called the Fast Innovation Wheels, or also sometimes they call it the Fast FC04. So basically, again, here we're looking at 18 inches. The bolt pattern is the same. The center bore is 66.1. So this one, they actually make it to the manufacturer's specs. You don't have to worry about the adapter, but even if you don't find a 66.1, the adapter is only 20 bucks. So you're not like saving that much in the big picture. So last thing, the dimension is 18 by 8. So 8, as you guys can see, like most of them are going to be 18 by 8. And the offset, again, 40. And if you're not sure, then you can always call the manufacturer and ask them if like that exact wheel with the same exact specs will fit your car. And they should have like all the data on it. So yeah, they should be able to tell you that. The next one are these ones. These ones are kind of popular too, actually. Like I've seen them on quite a handful of Q50s. Not sure about Q60s, but Q50s for sure. So this one, you can see the dimension is 18 by 8.5. So this one is wider. So you're probably gonna need a bit wider tires. The center bore is the same, and the offset again is 40. Keep an eye out for that. So this one is called the Fast Bullseye, and I think they have it in, yeah, they have it in silver as well as black. So this one is, I came across this one by accident. So this one, the only reason I know this one fits the Q50 is because I've seen it on Kijiji, and the specs look really similar to the other rims that I just showed you guys. So 18 by 8, center bore is 66.1, and the offset is very close to 40. So I was wondering, so then I called up the dealership and asked them about this, the Fast Wheels tactic, and they said that this one fits the Q50 even with the big brake kits, and that's for the 35 offset. Okay, so now I wanted to go over some examples that I found in the marketplace. So now we're looking at Facebook Marketplace. So this one, they originally listed it for 1200, but they sold it for 1050. And this one, it was on the market for quite a while. So let's just read the description. So 3 years old, that's fine. Driven less than 7,000 kilometers, that's fine. That's even better. Stored inside by dealer during off season, like new. That's all good. But the main downside with these wheels is that the sizing, you guys can see this is a 255. That's wider than the OEM like tires. The OEM tires are 245s, 4019s. So remember like what I said at the start of the video? When you're getting winter tires, you always want to go down lower than 245 because that's going to help you cut through the snow better. So that's a bad example of what you should probably not get. But if that's the only thing that's available near you, then maybe then you can settle for it. Okay, so the last one that I want to go over are these wheels over here. I'm not sure what they're called, but I've seen a couple of them for sale on Facebook Marketplace and whatnot. As you can see, they do clear the big brake kits and they don't look bad at all. Like this looks pretty good. Let me show you an example of what I saw on Facebook Marketplace. So I saw this one on Facebook Marketplace for $1,000. Actually, it's not. It's a pretty good deal. And again, look at the tire sizes: 225, 50, 18s. This is like the ideal size. But the only reason I didn't want to pull the trigger on that was because it was a Bridgestone tire. So as you guys may or may not know, Bridgestone, like they're really good. They're like they're the best for the first couple of seasons, but I heard that like the performance just drops after the second because like something about like how it's only like the top 55% of their tire thread that has the best technology, and then the rest like is just decent. So you won't have the same performance after the first 2 seasons. I just wanted something more consistent where I wouldn't have to worry about like the sudden drop in performance. So that's why I didn't pull the trigger on that one. I was waiting to see if he was going to lower the price. If they did lower the price, then I would have hopped on it, but I still thought that for 1,000 it wasn't worth it. But yeah, you guys can make that choice for yourself. Okay, so that's that for all the rim sizes and whatnot. So now let's move back to the tire sizes.
So now if we look in the back of the wheel, like I was saying before, the center bore diameter, this one is a 72.6, but the one on the car is a 66.1. So you can see that this hole is going to be like, it's going to be bigger than the one that's on the car. So to fix this issue, what you're going to need to do is get these. So these are called Hub-Centric Rings. And what they do is they basically close the gap from this to the one on the car so that the wheel actually rests where it's supposed to be, and this way you won't get any type of vibrations or anything. So to install them, it's very simple. You just take the ring and basically just put it in there. It should sit flush, so try to put it in all the way, and it should sit flush with the surface over here. Shouldn't feel anything. And yeah, now this is ready for install on the car. But the next thing that I do want to talk about before we get to installing these rims on the car is that you see the lug nuts. There's also different type of lug nuts. I was talking to the guys at J-Spec. They actually hooked me up with the winter tires for my other SUV. Anyways, they told me that these lug nuts that I have on the car, I won't be able to use them on this one because like that happens with a lot of aftermarket wheels. So something else that I had to get was these aftermarket lug nuts. So I got them in all black, and it comes with its own lock key. So yeah, that's pretty much all you're gonna need. Alright, so I know this is a lot of information, so I'll try to summarize everything down in the description below. If not, I'll put it on the screen somewhere like at the end of the video or something. But now we're moving on to tire sizes. So let's take a look at the tire size that's on the car right now. So if you come down here, so you can see that it's a 245 40 R19. So basically 245 is the width of the tire and 40 is the aspect ratio of the sidewall and R19 is just 19-inch rims. So for winter tires, you're always gonna want to get something that's less wide. So the most popular sizes that I've seen on these Q50s, like I've been getting quotes from the dealership and whatnot, and they've all been giving me 225/50/18 for these Q50 and Q60 with the big brake kit, so the Akibono. But you could also go with 235/50/18s. It's still not as wide as the OEM, so it should cut through the snow easier. But preferably, if you could, you should get your hands on a set of 225s, as this will give you the most balance on the road. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the information on the car, the tires, the wheels, the rims, everything. And before you buy used tires like me, just make sure to check like the thread. Oh, hold on, let me show you guys actually. So I got a pretty good deal on this one. Here, I'm gonna use this thread measuring tool. I'll put the link down to everything that I'm using in this video in the description below. So let me just show you guys the thread that's left on this wheel. So it won't really focus, but I have a 1/10 of a 32nd of an inch left. And these tires, the Michelin XI3, they come with 10.5, so you can tell I got a pretty good deal on these and with the rims, so hopefully I can get some good life out of them. Yeah, basically just check the condition, the year it was manufactured and everything. That one you can find a different YouTube video for like buying used tires, but yeah. So yeah, now we're ready to finally install the wheels on the car. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the Hub-Centric Rings on all the rims, and then I'll pull the car in and we can do that. And also today is just gonna be winter prepping the car. Guys, I'm also gonna be taking the front lip off of the car because you guys know what happened last year if you guys watched the video. If not, then yeah, don't watch it, it's gonna make you sad, but I'll be taking this one off this year because I do not want to replace my bumper and get on the front lip again. So yeah, let's get to it then. Before we install the wheel, just make sure to check everything, make sure everything's fine, and just want to show you guys the coilover covers that I made. It's still holding up. It's been over, like it's going like over 2 years now. Yeah, it's been protecting the coilovers. I've already checked it this summer, so I'm not going to take it off again. But yeah, if you guys want to see the video, I'll make sure to link it right here. And then I wanted to show you guys something about the Hub-Centric Rings. So remember how I told you guys that if you don't have it, it's going to cause vibrations. So I'll take it off and I'll show you guys how much it wobbles when I put it on the car, and I'll put it on and I'll show you guys the difference. All right, so here's the new wheel. Flip it around, take out the Hub-Centric Ring. So here it is. Put it aside and let's put it on. Let me show you guys. So it's on right now, but it's not secured obviously. But if I push it against the car as if the bolts are there and I give it a good yank up and down, you guys can hear that sound, like that's gonna cause a lot of vibrations. So now let me show you guys with the Hub-Centric Rings. So same thing, put it on the car, push it against the hub, and then give it a good yank up and down. So you guys can hear the difference, and this is why I highly recommend making sure it fits. And if it doesn't, then get Hub-Centric Rings. So now that we got the winter rims on, let me show you guys how the Oem Lug Nuts, if they even fit. So push it against it and I'll hold it down here, and let me put it in and show you guys. So you can see that it doesn't even go in that hole over here. So this is not even gonna fit, so you can't even use that. So that's why you're gonna need these Aftermarket Lug Nuts. And these ones are smaller. If we look at them side by side, you can see they're smaller. So yeah, you can barely see the black, so I think it's gonna blend in real nice. And it is gonna give the wheel a look like it has a center lock, which is kind of cool, but like we all know it's fake. So, but yeah, let me put the rest of these on and then we'll flip the car back around. All right guys, and look at the clearance that the brakes have. So let me give you guys a better look right here. So there's no issue here. I kind of fucked up. I forgot to mention that these winter tires, they're unidirectional. So, which means like if you look on the tire, you can see it says rotation over here. So like this, like it should be to where the car is moving in front. So the arrow should be pointing this way. So the backs are okay. Like I somehow got lucky and placed it right. But this one, and the front two ones are switched up. So I'm just gonna switch them over right now. And like this arrow should be pointing forward. So keep an eye out for that. And let me show you guys on another set of winter tires. So these ones, they're the Nokians R3. And you can see that here you have the direction as well. So it says rotation and the little arrows, so don't forget about it. The reason they have these arrows is because of the tread. Like it's designed to only drive in most efficiently in one way. So yeah, don't forget to do that. Alright guys, so now the tires have been installed in the correct direction. So if you look here, you can see where it says direction and it moves this way. Same thing for the rear on this side. Directions over there and the arrow is pointing this way. So when you guys do rotate your tires, you can't interchange them diagonally. You're just gonna have to move the front to the back and the back to the front. Same thing for the other side. But yeah, little mistake, cost me like 15-20 minutes extra. Now let's move on to taking off the front lip. The front lip, the still front lip actually came with 3M on the back. And man, that 3M is solid. Like this took me like at least 10 minutes to take it off on each side. But I had to use a hairdryer, like a heat gun or something. But the rest should be okay because it's just bolted down. So let me do that and then I'll see if I can get some shots of the car to show you guys. So the lip is off, as you guys can see. There's some glue that I need to take off. I'll use WD-40 on that. But yo, I just want to show you guys this. We took away the life of an innocent fly. So damn, rip. But one more thing that I want to show you guys is that like some of the paint kind of chipped here, like because of the 3M tape. So I'm probably not gonna be reinstalling 3M tape when I reinstall this in the spring. I'll probably just like take the 3M tape off. But for the most part, it came off pretty nice and smooth.
Several days later.
Alright, so it's been about a week since we installed the wheels on the car. And I've been driving with it like, I would say at least 20 kilometers a day. And so far, so good. The 18-inch actually feels so much better than the 19-inch. I don't know if it was because the tire was like on its last leg for the 19-inch or because the tire walls on the 18 is actually so much bigger, but like the difference in comfort is so much better. But yeah, let me just show you guys what it looks like right now. So here you have it. So as you can see, there's no front lip on. I don't know if you guys can notice anything else on the car, but if you haven't, that'll be the next video. But yeah, let's just talk about the wheels right now. So this is what they look like up close. The fitment is actually so much better than OEM. Like this used to be sunken in so much, even in the rear over here. If I show you guys like from here, like it's still sunken in, don't get me wrong, but like it's so much better than the OEM fitment. I honestly feel like this looks better than the OEM wheels, OEM 19-inch. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can comment down below and let me know if you guys think the same. But yeah guys, that's the winter look and I don't even mind it. So yeah, let me just walk up closer so you guys can see the brake clearance. So in the back there's no problem at all, so that's like pretty good. So that was almost a guaranteed fitment in the back, but in the front is where I was kind of worried. But you can see that there's enough space. It's almost like the OEM fitment. It's just the sides over here are a bit closer to the rim because the rim is smaller. So yeah, but it does clear. You guys can get spaces for that if you want. Again, one last look at the car before we end off this video. But yeah, if you guys liked the video and you enjoyed the content that I provided and the information that I provided, please make sure to drop a comment down below, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later guys, peace.